Hello, my name is Nikolai Muth, and I'm the project coordinator for the Office of the City of Yokohama Representative to the Americas. We are an offshoot of the Yokohama local government based in New York City, and our mission is to bridge the gap between Yokohama and North America, which includes supporting bilateral FDI and promoting further collaboration between the US and Japan. I'd like to take this opportunity to further introduce Yokohama, the second largest city in Japan, and its life science industry, and show you why, for many biotech companies out there, Yokohama could very well be the ideal location to begin your expansion into the Japanese market. So first up, I'd like to introduce some of Yokohama's strongest hard and soft assets. First of which is Yokohama's location. If you look on this map, Yokohama is very close to Tokyo. It is technically a part of the greater Tokyo metropolitan area, while still standing on its own as the second largest city in Japan. It's a beautiful waterfront city, and it is only 30 minutes away from both the center of Tokyo on public transportation and one of Japan's biggest international airports, Haneda Airport. And I'm not talking about expensive bullet trains. Yokohama is only 30 minutes away from Tokyo, including any Tokyo-based partners and clients via normal train lines, while having, on average, 40% cheaper rent for office space than Tokyo does, which is obviously a huge incentive for anyone thinking of opening an office in Japan that still wants or needs access to Tokyo. Another huge asset is Yokohama's talent pipeline. There are 26 universities in Yokohama, with some of the largest of them specifically focused on STEM education and research, which has helped Yokohama have an extremely strong workforce of engineers and researchers. There are also 157 research institutions within Yokohama, which makes it second in Japan only to Tokyo in that regard, and indicates that Yokohama has an extremely established and leading R&D infrastructure that has attracted many companies. Yokohama has a great number of mechanisms that support and promote cross-industry and international collaboration as well, which has been crucial in the continued growth of and innovation in its life science industry, which it has poured a lot of specific support and effort into. Recently, Apple, LG, and other major companies, some of which you can see here, have chosen to open new R&D centers in Yokohama. These centers will also feature public areas for open innovation style meeting space, enabling easy cooperation and open innovation between these large companies, as well as with SMEs and smaller startups. Finally, I just wanted to hit on the point that Yokohama has been consistently rated as the city with the best quality of life in Japan for years running. There are so many features of Yokohama that make it more enjoyable as a place to live than just another large city. First of all, it is right by the water and close to nature with beautiful vistas in the city, waterfront views, kind of like the one that you can see behind me. If you're in Tokyo, for example, and you want to travel out of the city for the day to see some trees, get some fresh air, chances are very good you're already going to be having to travel to Yokohama or past Yokohama to get there. So if you're in Yokohama, you're that much closer. Also, as a port city, Yokohama has the unique history of being one of the very first cities in Japan with international exposure. And that experience has carried into the modern day through its values and support for foreign companies and cultures. To point, Yokohama has 10 different international schools, meaning that your workers that move to Yokohama from abroad will be able to make that move knowing that they will have support in Japan, in Yokohama, for raising their families, which is a huge motivator. So that's just a little bit about what makes Yokohama special in general, but let's look at what Yokohama's life science and biotech ecosystem is like. First up, Pacifico Yokohama is a huge asset to the city. It is a large, highly acclaimed, and ever-expanding convention center within the city itself that hosts a huge number of domestic and international conferences each year. Many of these specifically targeting the medical industry. For example, it has been the annual location of BioJapan, Asia's largest international convention in the biotechnology industry for the last 20 years. So conventions like this represent a valuable opportunity for biotech companies located in Yokohama to expand their reach and networking throughout all of Asia while staying localized. Now about LIP Yokohama, which is one of Yokohama's industry-specific collaboration platforms. In 2016, the city launched its very own Yokohama Life Innovation Platform, LIP Yokohama, the aim of which is to strengthen collaboration between member companies to create innovative projects that support R&D and commercialization. The platform is populated by companies, universities, research institutions, which includes some global companies such as Pfizer Inc., Takeda Pharmaceutical, and many promising post-seed businesses as well. Through this platform, the city provides a variety of services, as you can see listed. So companies coming to Yokohama that join LIP Yokohama will instantly have access to an extremely invaluable collaboration and partnering network that can jumpstart their projects in Japan. Also, any life science company that opens an office in Yokohama not only has access to that network of life science companies within the city, but the benefit as well of being in a special zone of Japan that is filled with top tier research laboratories and facilities from some huge players in the industry. And I use the term special zone very intentionally because Kanagawa Prefecture, Yokohama City, and Kawasaki City are part of a government designated special zone in the Keihin waterfront area that is specialized and supports life science innovation and globalization, and kind of supports global companies taking the lead and stimulating their growth of the pharmaceutical and medical device industries in these regions. So looking at the institutions and companies that are located in and around the special zone designation, we can see that there's RIKEN. RIKEN is Japan's largest research institution, and the RIKEN Yokohama campus was founded in 2000 as a hub for RIKEN's life science research activities. Also, Chudai Pharmaceuticals, which is a member of the Roche Group, is currently constructing a core research laboratory, Chudai Life Science Park Yokohama, and that is set to be completed in 2022. There's also Johnson & Johnson's King Skyfront facility located in Kawasaki City. King Skyfront is an open innovation hub that is intended to create new industry from the world's highest standard research and development. Finally, there's Takeda Shonan Health Innovation Park, which launched in 2018 and now includes around 100 diverse companies from around the world that are building an open innovation system together. Kawasaki City and Fujisawa City are each only about 30 minutes from Yokohama, so any company that's coming into Yokohama will be able to very easily access any of these facilities and network or partner with these companies. Lastly, I want to mention international collaboration specifically within Yokohama. While LIP Yokohama is made up not exclusively, but largely of domestic companies, one of the best opportunities for international cooperation through Yokohama City has recently come through the RBC, or Regional Business Conference. This event was held for the first time in October 2019, when 8 California-based companies were invited to Yokohama, and the city tailored meetings for them with potential partners and organized site visits, etc. In addition, Yokohama has ties and MOUs with many organizations that specifically support international life science companies, such as California's Biotech and Connect, as well as JETRO and LinkJ. The regional business conference that I mentioned was specifically supported by these organizations as well. So if you're interested in exploring, investing in, or partnering or expanding into Yokohama, let me just introduce what our office does and how we could possibly be of help to you. Firstly, and I know this is one that everyone will be interested in, we and the greater City of Yokohama government offer some specific and attractive incentives to foreign companies looking to open up a new office in Yokohama. We can introduce these incentive packages to you and work with you individually to figure out the best deal for your company, be it a smaller startup, a larger corporation, or anything in between. We can also work with you on site selection, making partnerships and networking, becoming a member of LIP Yokohama, market research, PR support, and so much more. At the end of the day, though, there are limits to what a local government can do and help with, which is why we have strong partnerships with a support network of public and private organizations that can assist elastically every step of the way. First up, top left, JETRO is a national government-related organization that works to promote mutual trade and investment between Japan and the rest of the world, but it has individual branches. And in general, it is a very close partner of ours, especially its branch in Yokohama. On the top right there, the City of Yokohama also collaborates with the prefectural government of Kanagawa, the prefecture of which Yokohama City is the capital. The prefecture provides its own various business incentives, such as discounted office rental rates for foreign firms and free spaces for startups. There's also IDEC Yokohama and the Kihara Foundation, both of which support and facilitate the activities of LIP Yokohama, that industry collaboration platform. IDEC, or Yokohama's Industrial Development Corporation, is an SME support center in Yokohama, and the Kihara Memorial Yokohama Foundation for the Advancement of Life Sciences encourages life science research and supports R&D and business development in the field. Finally, there are also these private sector support groups like LinkJ and CM+, LinkJ is an association that supports the commercialization of seeds and ideas in the field of life sciences by promoting human interaction and technological exchange, and has partnered with Yokohama City since last year to create life science innovation. And CM Plus, one of the member companies of LIP Yokohama, supports companies entering into Japan with established systems to support engineering, GMDP, QMP, and business matching using their own online platforms. Since our office's establishment in New York in 2018, we've helped a number of companies expand into or begin partnerships in Japan, some of which we've highlighted here. But we have more information about our activities on our website, businessyokohama.com, as is listed on the bottom, which I highly encourage you to check out if you're interested in more information about Yokohama and its business news, as well as how we've been involved with that and how we might be able to help you. Last but not least, I would like to highlight some of the Yokohama-based companies that are participating this year's BioDigital through both one-on-one partnering and company presentations. We love to see Yokohama-based companies reaching out onto the international stage and partnering globally, no matter what stage they're at. So we highly encourage anyone watching this to perhaps pause the slide or just take a second to carefully read through what each of these companies is focusing on. I know it's just a little summary, but if you're interested, if you're registered for the one-on-one partnering, you can try to contact them further through that, or look to see if they're doing a company presentation like this one to learn more. If you're watching this though, after partnering through BioDigital 2020 ends, you can always reach out to me through my email listed at the bottom and on the next slide, and I can try to connect you with a representative from the company of your interest. So thank you so much for watching and listening in on this presentation. Again, my name is Nikolai Muth, and I've listed my email on our office website here. Feel free to reach out to myself and our office if you have any questions about anything I covered, want more information, or just would like more information about your sort of possibilities for expanding into Japan, even if you don't know necessarily exactly when that'll be. We'd love to connect with you to help you with your next steps, and no matter what stage you're at. From the City of Yokohama, thank you again, and we hope you have an engaging and productive BioDigital. Thank you.